So speaking of being caught with your pants down, here's an interesting story I found in the news this week.
Hello.
Man caught with pants down behind the soda machine in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City police said while they were responding to a shoplifting call at a Metro grocery store, a man was caught with his pants down behind a soda machine. Police arrested 31-year-old Marshall David Osborne on April 15th on indecent exposure charges after someone alerted police to a man touching himself behind a soda machine at the store's entrance. The person told police they saw a pair of legs sticking out from behind a soda machine, according to the police report released on Wednesday. When police went to investigate, they said Osborne had his pants down to his ankles, touching himself. Once arrested and handcuffed, police brought him to the Oklahoma County Jail. When police went to process the shoplifter at the jail, the officer returned to find Osborne with his pants down and touching himself, all while handcuffed to the bench.
Didn't somebody make a song about that?
You know, I
touch myself.
I understand that, when you get the urge, but can't you just, wait till you get yourself to a private location? Maybe
it's behind the soda machine. Nobody should have been looking there.
I'm wondering if this was a homeless guy, but still, there are places you could go that no one's going to disturb you. Behind the soda machine's not one of those places.
Like the behind the soda machine.
But people use soda machines. You shouldn't be near a soda machine.
Yeah, but how many people
like at the Catholic Church?
Maybe there's something wrong with this person, and because who looks behind a soda machine?
Yeah, exactly. Who looks behind the soda machine?
Oh, when you hear someone masturbating behind the soda machine,
in the soda machine.
When you hear someone masturbating behind the soda machine, you
run away.
Now you're thinking that he was making noises.
Yeah.
All right, are you silent when you masturbate?
Well,
are you
right up to the point?
I'm not
right
loud.
Up to that point.
Do you masturbate like a ninja? I mean, because there's a lot that even when you're not making noises with your vocal cords, there are sounds that get made.
Masturbating like a ninja.
Skin rubbing skin, and things moving around, and masturbating is not silent. Okay.
It can be.
Yeah.
Except at that moment.
And I don't make that noise.
That might have been the moment, though, that he got caught,
I'll never buy a soda from that machine.
Where do you think the fizz comes from?
Where do you think the ginger ale comes from?
Never mind the ginger ale. Where do you think that orange cream soda comes from?
That's only when it's a little bit bloody.
Where do you think root beer comes from?
The other end.
Oh, no. Oh, by the way, I would like to take a moment to thank our new sponsor, because we do have a new sponsor on the show now. And so a thank you to our new sponsor, Sacramento Tomato Juice.
Does your tomato juice sound like this when you pour it?
Doesn't sound like my tomato juice.
Mine doesn't make that funny dribbly sound.
All right, does your tomato juice sound like this?
Are you kidding? Mine doesn't go plippity-plip.
I'd be embarrassed to serve a tomato juice that plips.
Now listen to this one.
That's my brand. That's Sacramento.
I'd recognize that plop anywhere.
Ladies, you sure can tell the Sacramento plop when you hear it. And whenever you pour Sacramento tomato juice, that's exactly what you'll hear. Nice, healthy plops. Sacramento is so thick, it just can't help plopping. It's the one tomato juice that'll never separate because it's made with red, ripe Sacramento Valley tomatoes by an exclusive process.
Oh, my God.
So if your tomato juice dribbles, plips, or plinks, it's much too thin. but Sacramento is so thick you'll hear it go plop. Listen to the flavor.
I'm going home to listen to my tomato juice.
Oh my god.
What crap comedy record are you buying now?
Oh,
Dude, that's awesome.
that's a real radio spot.
The Sacramento plop.
It was on.
Wait, did he say listen to the flavor?
Yes, he did. Like, there was a reel of some old radio ads from a radio station that, the guy had in his storage lockers, so,
that's both perplexed and saddened.
The best part is, there's a second one, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you 3 of the most delicious sounds in the world. Can you identify them? Listen. That's right, that was steak sizzling. Now listen again.
I thought it was bacon.
That was the crunch of a kosher pickle. Now, are you ready for this one? That was the famous Sacramento plop. No, the Sacramento plop is not a dance. It's the sound of Sacramento tomato juice plopping into a glass, not trickling, dribbling, or just pouring like ordinary tomato juices, but plopping. And a plopping tomato juice is a thick tomato juice that never separates. And they don't come any thicker, richer, or ploppier than Sacramento. It's those plump Sacramento Valley tomatoes prepared under constant U.S. government supervision by an exclusive process that makes our tomato juice so thick and rich it goes plop when it pours. Sacramento tomato juice. Listen to the flavor.
Wait, what was he saying about being
ploppier.
watched over by the U.S. government? What was that?
Yes.
I don't know.
Gators, the U.S. government's gonna watch you do the Sacramento plop. You better watch out.
Yes. Our the world's best tomato juice involves the U.S. federal government. There we go. The Sacramento plop.
It's ploppier.
Make me take my own life.
I mean, I understand why an ad would be structured that way, because this is before TV, right? This is when they... And I cut out. And before they had radio and they have to describe the product like that. But, I mean, 0 points for grammar use. It's ploppier.
Well, that was...
But bonus points for double meanings.
Well, I think maybe tomato juice would go well with your Alka-Seltzer, because you got the plop of the tomato juice and the plop plop fizz fizz of the Alka-Seltzer, and so there you go. Plop was acceptable in ad campaigns back in the day. It was considered good to have a product go plop.
Why?
I don't know.
It was a good plop.
That'll do, plop. That'll do.
Yes.
Let me ask you. How would you feel about let me finish before you say no. Like myself and Gabe, Tom, Nick, people that you've heard of, and people like myself, Tom, Nick, Gabe, and Gators, and my friend Rob, and you, and we all get in a private jet, and where are we going? We're going to Vegas and land of gambling, drinking, and hookers. And then we get to Vegas, and you find out that we're taking this trip because the Addie and Gabe show is going to New York, and now we've got tons and tons of money, and we're celebrating with hookers and blow all weekend long. Are you in?
Blow.
and you're not...
Addie, as long as they're not dead hookers and blow,
As long as what?
They're not dead hookers and blow.
No. Hookers and blow.
Oh,
are you in?
Maybe. I'd have to clear my schedule.
That's a yes. That schedule's cleared.
Gators,
That's a
you up
yes,
for the
because-
Vegas trip, right?
Me and Addie have already been talking about the Vegas trip, and I'm
Oh, Gators and I talked about the trip quite a lot. Well, Gators is going to be producer on my show, so he has to come.
Oh yeah.
So
Gators. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I've already
Gators will be the guy that needs to get the sound clips and stuff like
and
that.
I've already named my price, and so we're just waiting for someone to come along that'll
Waiting
pay
for
that
the check,
much.
right?
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, $8 an hour. Eight
No.
big one.
That is
$8
not my price.
an hour.
That is not my price.
Is that even minimum wage here, Gators?
That is not my price.
Isn't it like $9 an hour for minimum wage here?
My wage is nowhere close to minimum wage.
$6 an hour.
No. Sorry, you're gonna have to find another producer that.
Gators is going to be making 8 big ones.
Hey, I have a skill that is worth far more than that.
Does he get free hookers and blow though?
We all will get free hookers and blow.
Well, see, Gators,
look at this.
that's the
Dune
side
just-
benefits right there.
Dune just sent me a picture of 3 kittens snuggling.
Aww.
Okay, dude, I gotta do the fucking song parody now for Johnny Gators.
do it.
Okay, hold on, wait, let me get the fucking thing ready here. Hold on, let me see if I can get around here. Okay, dude, this is the song about like John's
Now
life.
we all tuned up.
Okay, dude. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Go. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Why did John's face get so red? 'Cause there's nobody in his bed. And this is where I threw up. I think the alcohol fucked me up. Or maybe it was John on the phone, talking to Lisa in the other room. We had the show with a dark elf, and that kid that always plays with himself, and John Scott, ex-porno king, in a metal box somewhere in Maine. I wonder if it's too late. 2 a.m. is when I masturbate. Now John lives in a trailer park, and I'm some unemployed schmuck. Oh, God, kill me. Every memory of falling out the back door. I had a photo of John passed out on the bathroom floor. It's hard to say if he's okay, but it's funny. Memory of falling out the front door. Got a photo of my friend on the bathroom floor with a carrot up his ass. Oh God, it looks so painful.
Wow, that's really. Okay, you're all on.
No, we're not done yet.
Hello?
Remember the old arcade in Dunellen, we never got laid.
Yeah, you didn't either.
The owners never had a doubt that we were both gay and out.
What?
We went to the same school since we were 10. We were losers even back then.
Speak for yourself.
Now we're now we're sitting here drunk as fuck. Mid-20s and we're out of luck. Julie's the first girl John kissed. She had these pants that she always pissed.
No, I saw it the other
She's
day.
probably killed herself since then.
She works at Guard
We
Center.
worked at Walmart way back when.
She's still there.
And oh God, every memory of falling out the back door. There's a photo of me spread out on the bathroom floor. It's
No, there
hard
isn't.
to say if I'm okay. My ass is bleeding. Every memory of passing out on the floor. Got a photo of John at the Walmart store. Say if he's okay. Oh God. That's this part about our Immaculata, dude. Miss that school. I miss the assholes. I hate the nuns. Somebody kill them. I hate those schmucks.
Okay.
I hate those
God damn it.
douchebags.
Wait,
Okay.
we gotta let him finish.
Oh.
He worked hard to write this song.
Yeah. If I could relive those days, I go to school with a loaded AK.
Oh, maybe I can't play
Every
this anymore.
memory falling out the front door. I got the photo of me passed out on the bathroom floor. It's hard to say, time to say it. My ass hurts. And we are falling on the back door. I got the photo of me passed out on the bathroom.
No, Twitch didn't screw anything up, OX. It was, it's Twitter.
My ass hurts.
Yeah.
Look at this photograph. What a rotten
Or
piece
X.
of crap.
Yeah.
What a rotten piece of
crap.
Why? What?
Born to raise hell.
You write that all by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was at Walmart the other day, and Henry goes to me, "Oh, what's your name?" Still the same guy. And I'm like, "Who?"
Piss bucket.
And it's like, you know, her name in Garden Center. And
Piss
I'm like,
bucket.
It's a young, it's a youngie gators.
What do I care? He's like, I know, I'm still trying to break him up. I'm like, I don't fucking care. And I'm in Walmart, and she walked.
That's enough of that story.
That, wow. That.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, anything with T sucks. Okay.
Anything starting with T sucks.
Yeah, that's what makes sense.
Yeah, I see that, but what things with T?
Oh, he said we're starting late. Why? Because I said because Twitter's a piece of crap. Oh, and I was reinstalling Windows, and I took a nap during it. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been working on installing Windows too. Well, not Windows 2. Windows
This
10.
week in Asian tech. I see.
I don't know what stream they're watching. Now,
Well. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, Warhawk.
Now, Dune is curious about how to tweet the said vocalist.
Oh, do I have a horrible noise? This is a different machine too, so.
Oh, but is it a different headset, or is it just?
No, it's a different machine completely.
But if you're using the same headset, it doesn't matter what machine you're using.
Well, they said, "What's that sound?"
Yeah, well, there is a noise in the background on your thing, but I'm just kind of.
Oh, that's a refrigerator. I'm sorry, my refrigerator sucks ass, guys.
Oh, okay.
You hear the noise, right?
Well, we could just put Rob's song on in the background to cover it up.
I gotta do the fucking song parody now for John.
Oh.
I don't think we'll.
Oh, dude says it's a washer. No, my washer's actually quieter than my fridge.
Like a worsher. Speaking of worshers, we got Brian Blues in the house.
Oh, hey, Brian.
Hey, how's it going?
I don't know. Maybe it was Genocide Rob's mic that was popping and clicking on the. Okay, so OX64 likes the sound now, but
yeah.
So we're all here, and
there is a rumbly sound that I hear.
Right, yeah.
Low.
Fridge. That's Mars's fridge.
Oh boy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what people say? Oh, your compressor in your refrigerator's going out. No, God, my compressor's really strong. It does this 80% of the day. So my fridge works really well. It just won't shut up. That's all.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean.
No, it works way too well. Like my frozen is frozen.
If it ain't
my
broke,
non-frozen is frozen.
No.
Frozen?
Dune is saying that I don't know how to gate anymore. That's not true. I absolutely know how to gate. It's just that the mixing board that has built-in noise gates doesn't work anymore, and I do this for a hobby, so I'm not buying another super expensive mixing board.
Also, my other problem is this laptop has so many different things and audio things and thingies and Dolby Digital blah blah blahs and things, and I'm hoping I did it right, but
I think there may be a compression because your voice does sound compressed, not in a bad way. Like audio compression is good for vocal to kind of can make for a consistent level, but a compression can also bring up the background noise a little bit. So there might be something like that going on.
Oh, I thought he was slightly overmodulated.
Well,
that and I just woke up, Brian, too. That might be my modulation as well.
If you want to throw out,
okay. Did you have your coffee yet?
Some technical words that sound good but are nonsense in this context. Okay.
Yeah.
But,
no, I finally upgraded my laptop, so it's been 6 years. It was time.
It was time.
Besides, my laptop was the one I got was about $500 off this weekend. So I said, I think I'm gonna pull the trigger and buy it finally. So
now it used to be that we would box up the old laptop and send it to Venison, but we can't.
He doesn't want this thing. It's in 3 pieces. The bottom never has had screws for 6 years.
I remember
duct tape.
I took a laptop, I put a brand new clean Windows 7 install on it, set it all up with the right drivers and everything, had it all ready to go, boxed it up, shipped it to Venison. First thing he did was wipe the drive, installed Windows XP. So
7 was so much better than at the end he ended up with 7. He ended up with 7 at the end anyway.
I think he did. I think
Yeah.
Dune sent him a laptop, and at some point he can see it. I mean, he preferred 98. He settled for XP, and
I
then he was
know.
forced on to 7.
I know.
Wait a minute. Who was at LAX? You, Mars?
Yes, I'm in the airplane right now. We're flying over Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look it.
And that's on the way to the Bay Area from LA?
Do you want to
Yes.
do you want to listen to us troubleshoot a noise problem, or do you want to listen to us try to do a show? I mean,
Well, I don't know. You were playing
can't do
some
both at
interesting
the same
karaoke
time.
beforehand.
That was interesting karaoke. I could put that back on.
Now with
while Mars goes to fix his mic, if that's what we'd all prefer.
Well, let's see. No, not snipping tool.
I
Does your
cannot
airline
control
offer free
per
Wi-Fi?
Okay, Dune, are you saying that it's a bad thing that Brian's levels are lower than Mars's? Is that a bad thing?
Yeah. You know what? Is it my levels? I can turn my levels down. Let's see.
If you can just come down a scooch. Down a scooch. Because, no, they both stream their levels to StreamYard, which is one thing that I get. So...
Properties.
And I could crank myself. I could bring that down a little bit.
That better or worse?
Maybe one more scooch.
How about that?
Well, that's better.
One more.
How about that?
I don't think it's doing anything.
I'm turning the mic volume down. That's what I'm doing.
I think it is.
I don't.
Count to 5 or something.
I see.
1, 2,
10.
Oh.
36.
Wait.
8.
I can enable audio enhancements. What's that? There's audio enhancements. What do you think of my audio enhancements?
No different.
Oh.
That's what I've been saying. So I don't think 3 scooches is going to make a difference when going down to scooch twice in a row has made no difference. So
no, but there's a
I
button.
think you got the wrong fader.
No, there's a button for the AT2020. It says enable audio enhancements. I said okay.
We can't listen to you. We have to read what you say, Dune. And he said 3 scooches.
Well, I'll do just a second.
It's better. Dune says it's better.
I could crank mine if that's what OX64 really wants.
You just did that. You're blowing my
I
ears.
think that's about an extra 3 dB. I don't know if you really want me to go up 10.
No.
But
wow, 10.
I'll come back
Wait,
down
let's see.
to right.
Go back down. I'll mute myself real quick and I'll mess with something.
Yes, of course that's clipping. Look, my level is where it needs to be. I have one fader that controls the 2 of them. It's the same thing every week. We're nearly 20 minutes into the show, and still the chat wants to run the board. So if anyone wants to take a trip over to Attleboro, run the board, I'd be glad to hand this board off to someone else to sit here.
Hey, a lot of Twitch users have a guy, right?
A lot of Twitch users have what do they have? Income.
See, actually,
I'm just
could
being
make
snarky for the hell of it.
Modest income on the side.
Yeah.
By putting together soundboards for rock band, or for bands, for musicians.
Mm.
Maybe run their studio for them, whatever turns you on.
Well,
apparently that doesn't.
Well, there was the one of the clips that we listened to earlier that Dune couldn't hear for some odd reason was Addy used to have inclinations to try to go pro with the Addy and Gabe show, and he kept on trying to suggest that I could be their producer if they ever got pro. He would pay me to be their producer. The only problem is that whenever I told him what my salary requirements were, he was offering me things like, well, you could live in my basement for free. Things like that. Or, well, and then at some point, the most I got out of him was on that clip. He was basically offering me, he said $8 an hour, which isn't even minimum wage at the time, I don't think.
Well, so what he's saying, you could live in the basement. So basically he was suggesting slave labor.
Right. Exactly.
You can quit any time, but then again, you become homeless.
And the thing is, I don't know how much he was joking or not. The thing with that, you could never tell if he was joking or not, because the idea of being hired to be a professional producer on a radio show and being paid in, a basement to live in is ridiculous. But he never but the thing was, he seemed to be serious about the idea of trying to get he got the show on AM, which there's no money in AM. Had he found out the amount of income you could make on AM was the same amount of income you could make doing the show on the internet. Nada, zero, zilch, nothing.
Damn. Well, you just have to find the right market. Right?
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, I remember, Addy, the problem with Addy...
Hello, Mars?
Yeah,
Hello.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
The problem with the Addy and Gabe show trying to go pro was that Addy was into it and Gabe wasn't. And Gabe was the talent. So that was kind of why it was doomed for failure. The only way Gabe was going to get on board is if it actually did pay. And even then, I'm not sure he would. The only reason Gabe showed up to Addy's house every week to do the show was because he got a free Diet Mountain Dew every week. That was...
Why would you go for that? Diet Mountain Dew is... Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, dude. It's wonderful, really. Sorry.
Warhawk writes that Addy is a professional bullshitter. Not sure if it has something to do with the water in Frederick. Well, no, he's a professional asshole, is what he is.
Yeah.
He's a professional programmer, and from dealing with him and talking with him, I believe he does quality work in his line of profession and has
that's based on his words, though, right?
Well, there's other contexts and clues that you can look at to see if there's bullshit or if there's real thing. Like he seemed to. You can kind of get a feeling for what someone's income level is based on their lifestyle and how they're able to sustain it, and things like that. Like someone that would rather pay for 2 internet services than make a phone call to cancel one because it's a struggle to deal with the phone service.
Fucking lazy.
Well, there's laziness, but he also could afford to be that lazy. Like me, no matter how awful the phone call is, I'm getting that monthly bill. Like when he went through cancer, there were times that medical bills came that rather than struggle with the insurance company, he would just pay them because it was easier. And yes, that's a laziness, but that's also the amount of laziness he could afford to be. So no, his stories, his spending levels, his lifestyle seemed to correspond to making a decent wage working as a programmer. It added up. It made sense. And not to mention he moved around a few times too, and he could afford that. You know, it was. How did we get on this? I was trying to get onto what a bullshitter he is.
Well, yeah.
So maybe everything that you've just said was based on his bullshit.
Well,
in other words, none of that really happened.
I don't know that he was a bullshitter so much as he was just an asshole. He loved whenever he found someone's button, he was like, "Ooh, I'm going to keep pushing that." And that's why I mean, don't ask Dune. I was going to say just ask Dune. Don't ask Dune.
He was nice to me because I just kept messing with him, and so as he tried to mess with me. So
he could be nice, but he could also be mean. And when he finds a button, when he finds the trigger, when he finds what pisses you off, he doesn't shy away from that. He can't help but continue to play and push on that and see what it does. You know?
Gators, the big problem was when he would message you and you would block him. He knew you block him, so he'd make another account. This is what you do.
Right.
You leave it. You leave him unblocked and just ignore his messages.
It's easy to say that.
No, it is easy to say that. I've done that.
It's easy to say.
It was very easy to say that. I did that. So
it's easy to say that, and it's easy for some people to do that.
Yeah.
And I did do that at times. But here's the thing, like he. And this is the danger with debating politics with people, even in a friendly
I don't do
way.
politics.
Because Addy could be friendly about politics, could get things out of you, and then he could become antagonistic.
Oh, I left my coffee cup in the other room.
And if
what he was doing is figuring out where you were at, so then he could build his ammunition.
Right. And like I said, his big thing was that he considered me to be racist because I just don't understand the plight of the white man, and that was his angle. His angle was that certain racial issues had gone too far to the point of being racist against the whites.
Just like this conversation is going too far.
I'm saying that was his angle. You could imagine how angry you could make someone by throwing out accusations like that, and where other directions you could put it to, and so he. Mars, we don't hear background noise anymore.
You know what I did?
What'd you do? So
what I did, I went to my refrigerator and I beat it up.
Oh, nice.
I just unplug it for the show. That's all.
Yeah. Now Racer points out they did do.
I thought you were on a plane.
No.
I'm in the bathroom now.
That was a joke.
You mean Dune was it Dune or was that
Brian's a little slow?
It's okay. I'm the one that hasn't had coffee and I just woke up. I mean,
Damn, what's wrong? Something's wrong with Mars. I thought you had that on IV drip when you went to sleep.
No, I finished. I ate pizza with extra garlic, passed out on the couch. Woke back up, and I was up at 6 o'clock this morning because Comcast wanted to come by and visit me because they thought they would be friendly. They said that, no, Gators, you'll like this. I got a text message. Saturday. And they go, we notice that your internet is slow. And I'm like, well, okay. Wow. And I'm like, well, and we would like to make an appointment so we can come down and see what's going on.
That sounds totally legit.
No, exactly, completely legit. Number one, my alarm was going off, and it emailed me too. I'm like, my alarm's like going off. I'm like, what the heck? So I call Comcast. I actually called them. I said, hey, and it says in the recording, they're working your area, and there's actually a schedule for your area. And so I talked to someone. They go, after 10 minutes trying to get someone to actually talk to me, you know how that goes, right?
Right.
So I got, and they're like, oh, no, that's actually legit. And I'm like, okay, well, so I clicked the little button, had an appointment at 7:30 this morning. They came down, they go, hey, your signal's fine, everything's fine. Why's your internet slow? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't call you. You called me. That's something I never expected, but whatever. I don't know, I just had to put pants on in the morning that early. That sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought a new modem and a laptop yesterday just because.
Nice.
Yeah.
I bought a King Crimson box set.
I did not buy the King. Is there a new King Crimson box set?
Yes, there is a new King Crimson Lark's Tongue and Aspic box set, which I already have. I already have the last King Crimson Lark's Tongue and Aspic box set, but this one comes with an Atmos mix, and it's like, the last box that I thought was over the top had everything I would ever need relating to this album and include a 5.1 remix. I thought I was done buying anything relating to that album. And then they come out with a second box set years later with the Dolby Atmos mix.
Not really trying to change the subject.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since last week was Amazon Prime Monday.
That's the reason my laptop was on sale. Best Buy said, hey, we'll take advantage of that and we'll put everything on sale too. And I said, oh.
Anyway, so I noticed that this low-end Samsung tablet was on sale. About $10 off. It was not a big deal. Like, I'll just wait and pay regular price if I decide to buy it rather than jump into it. Anyway, so I was looking through the specs, and I have a cheap earlier model. Okay, this one's an update. I have the Galaxy Tab A7, which is 7-inch, and I also have the A8-inch. This is the A7, which is actually 10 inches, if you can follow that. But it's much newer. It's got a much newer version of Android. And it supports Atmos. See? Not a different conversation. Atmos and a cheap notebook.
Yeah, it supports fake Atmos. But
hey, you know what?
I only have 2 ears anyway.
Hey, Brian, if you tape your
not.
tablet to the ceiling, Atmos comes from the ceiling.
There you go. There you go.
That's
now, Doom wants to know.
But you know what? Okay, let's see if we can see this.
Well, Doom wants to know if you bought the Pro or the Air.
No, I bought a Dell.
Okay.
I bought a Dell XPS 15 with this one's an i9, so it's pretty decent.
On a Dell CD or album?
Yeah, that's exactly what.
No, I will not buy a Dell. That's Spotify's for.
Now, this is what I bought off of Amazon.
Oh,
and
a table?
Yes, I bought a table.
I got it.
I was watching the tracking information. All of a sudden, the Amazon van took a left turn after going past my street, drove all the way to the other side of the country, delivered it to some dude in an apartment in Hayward. So
you know what? If I have a freaking, if I end up with a giant table in my condo, I'm like, I can't sit. Okay, Gators, look at the size of your table, and you know the size of my condo.
I know.
Where would it go?
I don't have a table yet, but I'm sure we can find a place.
They probably did take a left near your place, though.
No. I ordered and had delivered. Now look at the picture of this. Do you see that this is a water pressure regulator, which I need because the water pressure in my house is like 110 psi, which is why my third bidet has sprung a leak, and I have now purchased my fourth bidet to replace yet another one because the water pressure keeps bursting them over time. Well, not bursting; they just start
you're
leaking.
Replacing your pressure valve.
Well, I'm putting in a pressure valve.
Oh, you didn't even See, I had one that was probably original to the house.
Yeah,
and the pressure was super low.
Now,
in fact, I asked a plumber to replace it, and he didn't. Finally, after a couple more years, I had a guy replace it. Okay. And it turns out the thing didn't work that well because it was freaking broken. All the rubber seals were clogging up the thing.
Well, it was working too good then, is what it was.
Well, but it wasn't adjustable. That's
right.
What you really want.
These are adjustable. Now here's the thing. These come with threads on either end with connectors so that you can easily replace them once you put these connectors in.
Of course.
Now here's the thing. I started by going to Lowe's this past weekend because I thought this would be simple. I go to the store, I buy a part, I come home, I put it in. It is not that simple because I go to Lowe's and I ask them if they have them and they say, well, we pretty much have what's here. I'm like, I checked the website before I came here. It said you had 3 of them in stock. He's like, I need a part number if you're going to, do that. So I had to get my phone, get to the website, hope the Wi-Fi is working, talk about which aisles it works in or not while making pleasantries with the employee while trying to stall and bring the thing up. Bring the thing up. There it is. It says there's 3 in stock. He puts the part number in. He goes, well, my thing says there's 4 in stock. I'm like, oh, this is great. And he goes,
I like your part. I like yours better.
And my website, and the website tells you where it should be on the shelf in aisle 14, bay 11.
Really? They tell you this?
We're having this conversation. Yeah, if you look up something on Lowe's and select the item to show what's in my local store, set your local store, it'll show you aisle number, bay number, so you can take notes, go there ahead of time, go to the spot, and find out the website lied every time. So I'm standing there having this conversation in front of bay 11 in aisle 14, and he says, well, this says there's 4, yours says there's 3, and we're standing over here. And he goes, oh, I see what it is. They put them in the security cage at the front. You have to go ask them to take one out from the security cage for you because they're high theft items. So it was... Now, here's the thing.
Are there random thieves saying, oh, my God, if I could sell these pressure valves, everybody will have the best pressure or the worst pressure?
I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done here because now this has turned into because I don't know what connectors it comes with and what connectors I need. So I want to be in one aisle with all the parts so I can pick this up. Oh, I'm going to need this. I pick this up. I get everything I need. And then I go to the register and I buy it all. Now this has turned into a scavenger hunt. I got to go find someone that could get something out of the security cage, which probably means waiting on a line, waiting on someone getting it. At that point, they probably don't want to just give it to me to walk around the store with. So I got to look at it, see what it needs, and I got to let them hold it for me probably while I walk over there with memory of what it looks like, try to find them. And I'm just like, fuck this, I'll order it online.
Well, what you're supposed to do is you just buy the damn thing, and then it's yours, and you can take it to the parts area where you can get the...
The point is, this has turned into a scavenger hunt whatever order you do the things.
I like scavenger
I just want to gather my things, run them through the register, and go. And they've made this fucking impossible. This is why we can't have nice things.
You ordered it from Amazon, and it's going to the wrong place, and you have no idea how it's connected.
Well, that's not the problem. Would you like to know what the problem is?
Yeah.
You didn't buy enough toilet plungers.
No, the problem is that now I looked at different ones, and of course, problem number 1 is every item you ever pull up on Amazon has a shit ton of positive reviews and a bunch of negative reviews. It's to the point that you just have to ignore the negative reviews and go with your gut and hope for the best because that's all there is. So I found
and go with. Hopefully figure out, does this guy actually know what he's talking about, or is he just full of shit?
Well, there's no way to tell. Every item has negative reviews.
The guy has to sound like he's got some expertise.
When you read the negative reviews, you end up never buying anything because nothing is without their negative reviews, and it's impossible to tell who's a dumbass and who's
negative reviews that I've seen, not everyone. Like the guy got it, he didn't even know what he had, so he gave it a bad review.
I don't even know what I have, so how do I know if they know what they have or not?
Well, the guy's got to talk about it. He's going to give you actual true pluses and minuses.
The point is, I can't always.
Sometimes you don't.
It's not always as simple as you're trying to paint it out to be right now.
How many reviews were there on this?
I don't even care anymore. So here's the picture of the item, which this one's sharkbite, which means I don't have to deal with a blowtorch and solder and all that bullshit. All you do is you cut your pipe, you do the thing on the end so that it's a clean end. You slide it into the pipe and it grabs on and it stays in place. And
is that what that means?
I believe that's what that means.
Okay, so I don't know piping, so I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, the sharkbite basically just kind of slides on and grips.
I thought sharkbite was just a brand name.
Well, it is, but that's how this works.
Yeah. Oh, so I see.
I think sharkbite is a brand name, and they make things that.
So you stick it in and it doesn't come back out.
Right, in theory.
Okay, that's all that anybody ever really needs to know. You stick it in, it doesn't come back out, works. Nice.
So I basically got to measure, line it up, measure, mark lines, cut.
Does it have all the connector types?
I'm glad you asked that, Brian. I'm glad you asked that. No, it does not. It's pictured with 2 of these. It comes with 1. And it doesn't tell you that.
Oh.
So I can't put it.
Because it's saying connects to brass plumbing fittings, PEX pipe, copper, CPVC, PERT.
It connects to a 3/4-inch pipe is what it does of those types. It'll slide onto there. It'll slide on the PEX. It'll slide on the copper. That is what this is saying. It's just that they don't tell you that they only give you 1 of these. And I don't know what the point is of only giving you 1 of these because you need 2 of them. Why would I already have 1? You either need 2 or you don't need any. No one needs just 1. Why would you picture it like that and pack it that way?
Do they even suggest the additional parts that you might need?
No, they do not. In fact,
that's one thing one place that Amazon fails is sometimes they suggest a part and I don't need that. What's they even got to do with?
I mean, here's the thing. Basically, what I need is a 3/4-inch union is what I need. So if I search for 3/4 union, and I need it to have female threads, and then I need it to be sharkbite on the grip on the other end. So I want to get a sharkbite that goes with this. And I search this on Amazon, and it comes up with the same item that comes with one of them, but it doesn't come up with one of these alone. It comes up with, here's just double grip on the end to just join 2 pipes. Here's another one. This one's got male threads. So they don't even have the right part on Amazon.
So when you get the part from Amazon, after it comes back from Hayward.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then you go to Lowe's and figure out all the connectors you need.
But Lowe's...
Because maybe even the picture is lying. Maybe you really do come with 2. But do you have brass pipes or do you have copper? Or do
He's just an older place. They're probably copper. That would be my guess.
Messages right now.
Yeah.
He says he thinks I got the wrong one. No, everything. Here's the other thing. Once I got the wrong one, I pulled up the reviews, and buried way in the bottom, one of the reviews mentioned it only came with 1 adapter.
The thing is that Amazon keeps recycling things, and maybe they corrected that problem.
I don't know.
It's like buying pairs.
We'll find out when you finally get it.
Well, there's an 800 number. I do have it.
Oh, I thought it was in Hayward.
That's how I.
Hey, Gators. I have something that. Okay.
All right.
Can I ask? Okay. On the review, I recommend you put a review in there and say buy in pairs. There's only that comes with 1. Put that in the Amazon review.
You have 2 pressure relief valves. You don't need 2 pressure relief valves. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. That's the problem.
One of them without the thing at all.
And then once again, this gets me started down the path of reading all the bad reviews, and 5 people talk about how it caused hammering and all their pipes to start happening. So now I'm like, do I even want this thing? Do I just return it and try to buy something completely different? I don't know. I just want to put a pressure reducing valve in my house. Why is this so fucking impossible? Why can't someone just sell me a thing that works with instructions that I can put in and reduce the fucking pressure in my house?
You know what happens? If you're getting hammering, then you need to call a plumber.
Pressure coming down on me, coming down on me.
The people that had hammering for putting in this part fixed the hammering by putting in a better part. They didn't have hammering till they put the part in. So no, I don't need to call a plumber. I need to get the right part. But then again,
there's lots of easy ways to solve hammering without getting a better part.
I could fix it with a hammer.
You could fix it with a hammer. Then you can't. Then you won't be able to flush any of your potties.
Well, let me ask you, Brian. If you can fix it with another part, or you can fix it lots of other ways, those other ways involve a plumber coming in. What's cheaper? Another part?
You haven't installed this thing yet, right?
No, I haven't because I don't have the parts I need. That's the whole point of this story.
Gators, at least you're smart. Some people would sit there, open the pipe up, and say, "Oh, I only have one part. What do I do now?"
Yeah, I did not.
So at least you're smart about that one.
Well, I pretty much knew I was not cutting pipe until I measured at least 3 times and filled at least 20 jugs with water. But
yeah.
Oh my God, I am just so over this. I just want to fix this, I just want to. Every time I try to fix what should be a simple job, it turns into a spiraling out of control nightmare like this that I can't even buy a fucking part right because everyone just sells crap, and then you got to sort through the crap to find an actual decent part. And if you try to go to a store to shop and look for things, they don't have stock, or they keep it locked in a cage. Oh, it is, and we haven't even gotten to the table.
Oh, do we just move right onto the table?
To the table. Well, actually, there's some backstory.
Instead of Amazon, can you buy it from Lowe's.com or HomeDepot.com? Would it be easier?
They don't have free shipping. What I could
Which
do,
is
they do for shipping to the store.
What I could do is I could do an order through Lowe's to hold it for me to pick up and have it ready for me so I get out of the cage. But again, I kind of want to hold the item, look at it, see what parts it needs, and gather everything and have it all in my hand.
Oh, okay.
I guess what I could do is I could put one of the ones they have in the, hold it for me, go there, go up to the counter, buy it, and then walk it with my receipt over to the plumbing area and gather.
I've seen people
parts
do
if
that
I need
before.
them.
I've done
So
that before.
maybe I could do, and I do need to go to the UPS store at some point to ship a bunch of work crap back to work to clear out a corner of my dining room. So I could do an Amazon return on this part.
Wait,
Just give
you're returning stuff that belongs to work.
Remember, here's the thing. I was during COVID, I was basically doing laptop deployments out of this house. And we've gone through a few different models of laptops. So I still have parts to old laptops in a box in my dining room in a corner that I have no need for or no use for, that basically probably just need to get e-wasted. So I just need to ship them to work so I could throw them on their e-waste pile.
That makes sense.
Or you know what you could do? Yeah. You could take that stuff that's no good, as long as there's no lithium battery, and hide it up in your basement. So when you sell your house, you can have all this crap that'll be eventually found up there.
You mean my attic?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
That's what I meant.
Nah, because I'd be tripping over it every time I go up there to work on things.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Christmas is just around the bend, isn't it? I mean,
we gotta get through Halloween first, but
it's gonna be here before you know it. But we're entering that time of the year where you blink and the next thing you know, holy crap, it's already Christmas. I mean, we're at that time of the year. So now, Brian, what do you and the missus do for Christmas? You stay home? You go to relatives?
No, we stay home.
Okay.
Pretty much.
When's the last time you ever traveled or visited for a holiday?
It's been a while.
Now, Mars, you generally go to see family for holidays,
yeah,
right?
I go to families every year, yeah.
That usually involves a plane, right? Or no? Well, actually, you got some family.
Well, no, I have sister pretty close. So I go over there usually.
Okay. And do you ever do the cross country trek to visit that?
Oh, once in a while, yeah. I go cross country once in a while, yeah.
And of course, you got to buy a new fruitcake to replace the one you ate.
No, I'm not replacing that fruitcake. I'm sorry. It's okay. That fruitcake.
Did you like it? Was it tasty?
Okay, I made $20 a month. Okay. Fruitcake was nourishment for me, sir.
But
yes.
But was it neutral nourishment, bad nourishment, or tasty nourishment?
I'm still alive. How's that?
So that would be bad.
It's fine. It was fine. Honestly, it had so much preservatives. That thing was like 20 years old.
Well, some fruitcake. I mean that's not out of the realm of normal for fruit. Some fruitcakes are kept for years.
They put so much preservatives and so much sugar and so much alcohol in it, and just ferments and gets better, I guess.
Fruits, and you bake it, you soak it in cognac or bourbon.
I don't know, but it was edible.
I mean, they talk about that you should start making your fruitcakes like months in advance, and then brush a bit of cognac on it periodically throughout the time.
Who does that?
Not me. I just make it the week before.
You just go to the fruitcake shop and say, "Here, I send you a fruitcake. Have fun."
Apparently, that makes it better. So maybe that's part of it. That if you really go all out and do it months in advance and
Gators, you can make it now. You make it now.
Yeah.
Make it now. This is what you do. You make it now, right? Make it for your holidays, right? And you bring a bottle of cognac with you.
Oh, there you go.
I think people would enjoy that better than have it lightly
brushed. You do the shot of the cognac, you do another shot of the cognac, and then you eat the fruitcake. Now, Dune writes in, every picture he sees on the review shows double shark bites. Well, the thing is that Sharkbite has a customer service number, and I am going to be giving him a polite little howdy tomorrow. Although I do have to go into the office tomorrow, so I might get so crazy busy I might not. They're getting a polite howdy sometime this week.
Oh.
And I'm going to see if I can get them to send me.
Are they open on Sundays?
Well, I'll call them before then. I want to get this problem solved this weekend. So I want to have all my parts and everything I need by Saturday. So I might be returning this thing at a UPS store on Thursday, picking up some parts on Friday, and
you got a 22 gauge, dude. A 22 gauge
inch, 3/4 inch. The main comes in 3/4 inch. Now here's the other thing that's a little tricky and scary, is that the main comes in. I got the main shut off, and then I got about like maybe 8 inches of pipe before there's a T connection that splits it, and it splits it so that going straight up is another 3/4 pipe that goes over to my furnace, and off the T to the side is 1/2 inch pipe that then goes over to the back of the house, which feeds the cold water for my tub, my sink, my toilet, my bathroom sink, and so that is why I bought 3/4, because I want to put it in before the split. But there's not a whole lot of room to work with before the split. So I might need to buy some more connectors. And what I might need to do is cut the pipe before the split, cut both of the pipes after the split, shorten the split to give myself a little more room to work with. Easy peasy.
Oh.
If I have the right parts, it's easy peasy.
Oh. I'm scared. I'm scared doing pipes. I call a plumber. I'd hate to pay the money for it, but I'm scared of pipes.
At least
you can do your own stuff, which is cool.
So, anyways, I go home to Jersey for Christmas every other year.
Ooh, that's fun.
And the other years we spend Christmas with Kristen's parents and her brother, who live in Rhode Island. So it's nearby, it's local, easy to do. We usually wake up, do our little morning routine, a little bit of breakfast, a little bit of presents, get some pants on, and take a drive.
In that order?
Well, it depends.
Okay.
Usually I put the pants on before I do the presents and the breakfast.
I'm sure presents and breakfast are better without pants.
There is that. And then take a drive over to Kristen's parents' house and spend Christmas Day, have some Christmas dinner there and things like that, and then drive back home for the evening. And the thing is that I was thinking, I miss drinking more than 1 or 2 beers on Christmas. What if I didn't have to drive anywhere for Christmas? And I thought to myself, as the generations age, at some point a torch gets handed down, or at some point things transition down a generation. At some point me and my siblings should be hosting these things. Of course, I can't host my family because it would not make sense for all of my family in Jersey to drive up to here for a day. And I couldn't put them up for a night anyways if I did. So then they got to go, find a Motel 6 or something, or, sleeping bags on the living room floor. Which Dune put a hard no to that. Dune ain't putting up family and sleeping bags on his floor.
So I've been considering this concept of the redneck camper. Basically, you assemble all the parts you need for it.
Okay.
A cot, a sleeping bag,
uh-huh,
maybe a little portable heater. Could be gas. You'd have to work out the exhaust in it. Anyway, so you get all this stuff, and when you're getting ready to go, you go to U-Haul and rent a trailer, just a regular utility trailer. Throw all that crap in there,
mm-hmm,
and you've got your camper.
Okay.
Obviously, there's some details you have to work out. A porta potty to throw in there if that's what you want. Maybe a little sink to wash in, all this kind of stuff. So you figure out what you need.
Okay.
And it would be cheaper than getting a real camper, that's already pre-equipped.
Yeah.
It would be cheap as hell.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yes, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah. No, you know what? I actually have a sound effect for that.
Merry Christmas! Dinner was full!
Yep. Yay!
Yep.
Now, Dune writes in, how do you know what PSI the water is without a gauge? That is the one thing I bought from Lowe's while I was there.
Is the pressure gauge.
I bought a pressure gauge that screws on the threads. And so I went to behind the washing machine. I turned the water off. I disconnected the hose. I screwed on the gauge. I turned the water on, and it boom read out 110 at least, somewhere in the 100 teens, I believe, on pressure. Now the thing is that a logical person would also put in a connection to screw on a gauge where you have the pressure valve. So that you could read it right there and adjust it and fine tune it. But like I said, I have very little room to work with before the split happens. Although if I cut, and I think I have enough room to work with that I don't have to move the split up. But if I do have to cut and move the split up to give myself more room to work with to insert things, then yeah, maybe I'll buy some more parts and put the gauge in down there. Otherwise, I plan on putting the gauge on the washer spigot and walking back and forth in the basement, making the adjustment, read the gauge, making the adjustment, because I only got to do it once. I don't need a gauge to sit there 24/7 all days of the year. I just need it for a few seconds to adjust. So, do I really need to do the normal thing? Normal? I don't know what I still don't. All right. Anyways, this show.
How's the table coming? You're still working on your table, right?
Oh, look, a squirrel.
Ooh.
You know
Isn't that normal though for the show?
I should just steal Vamp's title.
I know. If we were ADHD radio,
this is the real ADHD radio. Vamp was doing his ADHD radio on pills. That's cheating. That's not ADHD radio. That's ADHD under treatment radio. This is the real ADHD radio.
For now.
Well, no one's called me about following up on a study to get pills, and I doubt I'm going to follow through when they do. So, but I did get the bill. So.
Oh, well, as long as you got a bill for it.
Well, after all, I did consult for 2 things. So, okay, I'll pay. And they did follow up on one. I did the sleep study thing, although I'm still waiting to hear back about the sleep study.
Oh, but that did get sent back, though. At least that's cool.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if I got the data they needed off of it or if they're going to ask me to do it again. But
we did it 3 times. I mean.
Yeah, at least one of them must have taken. And hopefully my questionnaire answers actually line up to the night that it actually took. But anyways, they're all pretty similar nights anyways.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was thinking, maybe this is a good opportunity for adulting. I have a house that has a dining room in it. I could juggle some things around, and I could move the gaming chair that's in front of the Sony Trinitron out of the dining room into the living room if I juggle some things around there, which would put more seating availability in that room to entertain, and then that would clear out room to actually set up a dining room table. And if you go on the Facebook Marketplace, there's tons of people trying to get rid of dining room tables for around $100-ish or around there, which is totally manageable.
Yeah. That's about right for a dining room table, 100 to 200 easily.
Now, dude, if you want to come back to my water issue, I could use advice, so feel free to text me tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I appreciate you asking the questions. I appreciate you digging into this. So thank you, Dune, for your expertise and your we all need a little help sometimes, and Dune needs a little help with some hard drives, and hopefully he's got a big one on the way to take a backup that is sorely needed.
Is his machine gun on him?
I want to be careful not to talk too much about that topic because I don't want to jinx anything.
No jinxing.
I don't want to jinx anything.
Yep, I understand.
Just get that backup. Get that backup. You'll thank me later. But
yeah. 3, 2, 1, sir.
So yeah, I had the thought maybe we could host Kristen's parents, because that wouldn't be too bad. It's 3 of them, her parents and her brother. That's not like getting all my family over with all the siblings and spouses and the niece and nephew and parents, and not to mention the step side of the family. I mean, my dad and stepmom will forever be hosting Christmas because there's just so many grandkids on the step side of the family that come and so I don't know how. I guess it would transition to one of her kids hosting it at some point in time.
You hope.
Well, I don't know. We don't need to think about that. All we need to think about is the other years where we're spending it with Kristen's family. And so I thought, well, maybe we'll have them over here instead of going over to their house this year. And that way, I don't have to worry about traveling out there. All my stuff is here. I don't have to worry about driving, so I can have more than 2 beers, and so, but there was part of me that's like, do you really want to take that on? So I went back and forth a little bit. And the other thing is that Kristen's dad is very allergic to cats to the point like his throat will close up if he stays here too long. So I'm like, well, we'll have to vacuum again and dust and vacuum and really tidy up the downstairs pretty thoroughly. Maybe we'll even put a little gate up to keep the cats upstairs for most of that day, to try to keep as much cat hair and cat dander out of the downstairs. I don't think that it's impossible, because I do know that Gothard's parents used to have friends over every summer, and one of them was really allergic to cats, so they always made a point to do a
Did they change their cats before someone else came over?
No, but they thoroughly cleaned the guest room that he would be staying in, so that it would be cat dander free. So it says to me that if you do a thorough cleaning and vacuuming, you should be able to make a situation that is manageable for a guest that's allergic to cats. But I was concerned that they might actually back down or decline or be like, no, we'd rather you come here. Or, I didn't know if anyone was going to go for this. And so I started by broaching the topic with Kristen. So we're going grocery shopping. We're looking at the tomatoes, and I go, what do you think if we hosted Christmas this year and invited your parents over instead of us going there? And she goes, well, I could ask them what they think about it. I don't, my dad with the cat. I'm like, yeah, we could vacuum, we could clean. I'm going through what I just went through before. And she goes, well, I don't know. I'll ask them. I'll feel it out with them, see how they react. So Friday, I'm working. She gets on the phone, and she runs the idea by her mom, and about 0.2 of a second after she's finished relaying the idea to her mom, she screams at me, "We're hosting Christmas!" And apparently they jumped for joy at this idea. We're so excited.
Oh, they didn't want to deal with it this year.
Oh, they were like, oh yes, this is great. Oh, this is we're so excited.
We don't have to deal with it this year.
So it is happening. This is happening now. I am hosting Christmas this year, and I'm already thinking about getting a turkey and stuffing the cavity of the turkey. I don't care what people say. Dressing is not stuffing. Stuffing is stuffing. If it didn't come out the ass of a bird, it's not stuffing. It's got to be the juices and the bird flavor, the stuff. Now I know that the concern is that if the stuffing doesn't get up to 160 degrees, it doesn't kill all the bacteria. And generally, to get the stuffing up to 160 degrees, you're overcooking the turkey and drying out the meat. But you could always just take the bird out when it's done, check the temperature of the stuffing if it's not there yet, take the stuffing out, put it in a container, put the stuffing back in the oven until that heats up to 160 degrees, take it out, and then you have the best of both worlds. I don't know. I might be cursing myself for this and wishing I got stovetop.
What if you take the stuffing out and just stick a ham up there?
Yeah, I guess. What about if we just made a turducken?
That's close to what I just suggested. You just don't have the duck yet. Honestly, I mean, can you stuff a turkey up a duck's keister?
Well, turducken is a thing. So it has to do with stuffing one thing into another.
That works.
Let's find a recipe for turducken. Here's.
I just say take a spiral ham and stick it up a turkey's hoo-ha.
Turducken is a dish consisting of a deboned chicken stuffed into a deboned duck, further stuffed into a deboned turkey. Oh, you had to debone all of them.
Or you get boneless pieces and parts.
Yeah.
How if I take some chicken strips, stick it in a ham, and stick a ham inside some turkey, and then call it a day?
What about that episode of Malcolm in the Middle where Reese is cooking the feast and he stuffs the turkey in a monkfish?
Oh, I don't remember that episode, but I've got to watch that episode now.
Because one of the things about Malcolm in the Middle was Reese turned out to be really good at cooking. And so when Christmas came around, he was making this Christmas feast for all of them. And he was basically... he recruited the family to be his slaves in the kitchen to get the meal done. And anytime they were getting ready to storm off and quit, he'd give them a taste of what he's cooking. It was so good that they agreed to go along. And I mean, he was just being complete, I asked for minced as he throws the bowl of onions across, like it was. And I think the end of it was someone ended up puking on the meal before they could eat it. I think that was the punchline that paid off at the end. So they beautiful meal spread out, came out perfect, got it done. So because that's where you go with the sitcom.
Did they wipe off the puke and eat it, or?
I think that's where the episode ended. I don't think they did that. I don't think they could put that on TV. But
yeah, they could. It's just should you?
It's like beautiful meal, Exorcist. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So, Brian, what are you doing this year? You just having it yourselves, having people over?
Undetermined. We're still working on what are we going to do about Thanksgiving. That's the next holiday.
Well, I know
people are forgetting that. Hey, what happened to Halloween, man?
Well, Halloween, you buy a bag of candy and wait for the doorbell to ring, and
we turn off all the lights and hide in the back.
And then you eat the candy.
Well, I bought candy and I ate the candy, so I need to buy more candy now.
There are so few kids that come around that it's not even worth it.
Aww.
So you turn off the lights and say bye.
Yeah, we don't get many either, but we still buy the bag of candy.
My sister gets like 160 kids every year.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, it all depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Well, Brian, aren't you in one of those neighborhoods that other neighborhoods drive their kids to trick or treat?
No.
No? They don't come out to your...
That's...
I know Nick
Alameda that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but you're in a nice neighborhood too. I would think people drive to your neighborhood too. But I guess you're further from the neighborhoods that drive their kids to other neighborhoods.
If they're going to do that, they're going to go up to Blackhawk, where the wealthy people are.
Oh, Blackhawk has some really nice houses.
There was a house that was for sale in Blackhawk, And on the paperwork it says, by the way, this house gives out large bags of M&Ms to each kids that come by.
Right. Like that was a requirement of owning the house.
You want to do that because they're going to egg your house if you don't.
Oh.
So, like the family serving size of you buy a case of those.
Whatever, yeah.
And you had those out.
And there might be hundreds of kids, so you better buy a shitload of it.
Better buy a pallet. Well, I'm just waiting to see what Sam Adams is going to have in this this winter's seasonal pack.
Well, they'll probably have more Fizzywigs for you. It's fine.
You know what? I have this charted out. I do absolutely have this charted out. So we could try to see what the odds are. There is a good chance that there will be Fizzywig Ale in the Sam Adams, but it's not. They have skipped it once.
If it's been a tradition, they probably got a lot of shit for that.
Yeah.
I think they did because here let me bring up the Sam Adams spreadsheet just to review the variety of beers. So this spreadsheet goes back to 2009. Now I didn't start buying them. I didn't know about them in 2009. I was not all that big on the Sam Adams in 2009. But 2009, it had the Boston Lager, the Winter Lager, the Fizzywig Ale, the Holiday Porter, and they also included Coastal Wheat and Cranberry Lambic. Now, apparently, the Cranberry Lambic was not good, but I have read at least one person that said I actually liked it. So I don't know. I didn't try it. The first year I bought the pack, I saw it and bought it was 2010. Where it came with the Boston Lager, the Winter Lager, the Fizzywig Ale, the Chocolate Bock, the Holiday Porter, and the White Ale. And these have been kind of the standards that are frequently in there. They deviate a little bit here and there, but those are standards. Now, I love the Chocolate Bock. And the next year, they replaced the White Ale with... What did they replace it with? They replaced the White Ale with Black and Brew, which was a coffee-flavored beer.
Oh.
It was okay.
Can you mix the coffee and the chocolate bock together to make like a mocha beer?
Well, you could. I don't know if it'd be good. But I actually liked that pack that year because I've never been a fan of the White Ale. So to replace the White Ale with anything was fine by me. But I don't miss the Black and Brew. I don't remember much about it. It was a very strong beer. It certainly, the Holiday Porter is also a very strong beer that gives you that very. It's not a smooth porter. It's got a bit of that bitter beer face taste type of thing. And then 2012, they what did they do? They brought back the White Ale, but they renamed it White Christmas. And that was, but that was okay because that was pretty much the same thing that they had 2 years ago. They still had the Holiday Porter, the Chocolate Bock. And as you can see, Fizzywig Ale has been in there every year except for 2020. And 2020, they got a lot of flack for that, so they put it back in 2021 and last year. But if we go to, but yeah, let's see, 2012 was a good year. 2013 was okay because they replaced the Chocolate Bock with Cherry Chocolate Bock, which was an interesting experiment. But I gotta say, I didn't like it as good as the Chocolate Bock. The cherry was a little weird, and a Juniper IPA, which I'm not a fan of IPAs.
Sounds like Dr. Pepper and beer stuck together.
Yeah, so that was kind of a meh year because the Cherry Chocolate Bock was weird, and who needs a IPA that tastes like flowers? But 2014 was by far the worst pack of all time. They only put 4 varieties in the box, and 4 of the bottles were White Christmas, and I forget if the other, because they put 2 of the varieties and 4 of the other 2 varieties. I remember White Christmas was when they put 4 of in there, and I don't like White Christmas, so I didn't like 4 of the beers in there. I'm not a huge fan of the Boston Lager to begin with, So I don't know if it was 4 Boston Lagers or 4 winter lagers, but winter lager you can buy on its own. So the only reason to buy the pack that year would be for the 2 Fizzy-Wig ales. And I like Fizzy-Wig ale, but I don't like it enough to buy a whole 12-pack for 2 beers and have, like, 4
You just
White
got a
Christmas.
Fizzy-Wig ale by
So you
itself.
bring in 6 friends or whatever.
No, I was still living in Oakland, I think. I didn't have friends.
Well, no, if you're living in
now
Oakland,
you have tons of friends.
I do now. This was 2014.
Well,
but
you're not going back in time, are you?
No, I'm just recapping. So they've never.
So you're
sold,
not actually going to do any of this.
How could I? I'm going to buy the new one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You buy the new one at whatever one you get.
Right, but this is kind of like we're trying to guess what's going to be in the new one.
I bet you this is what I think they're going to do.
Why don't you ask them on Twitter? Hey, what's your new holiday package going to be?
Trade secrets.
This is what I think they're going to do. They're going to, okay, this is my guess.
Well,
my guess.
They got to get them out soon anyway.
My guess is they're going to come out with a pumpkin something this year.
Well, no, they that's in the fall pack. They already have the fall. The fall pack has Oktoberfest and a pumpkin beer and things like that.
Oh.
The winter pack doesn't is past.
Maybe a mint chocolate lager.
Well, I mean, one thing we know for sure, there's going to be at least 2 Boston lagers in the box, and they've always had 2 winter lagers in the box.
Okay.
So I think it's safe to say they're still going to have those. Fizzy-Wig ale, there's only 1 year they haven't, so they're probably still going to have that. The chocolate Bock has been in there a lot of years, but they haven't had it in there since 2019. But they have started selling the chocolate Bock on its own. So my guess is they're going to continue selling it on its own and leave it out of the box to leave room for new varieties. The holiday porter, I don't know where I would place my bets on that, because you could see it comes and goes, but anytime it's gone, it's only gone for 2 years in a row. And then they brought it back in 2015. They left it out 2016-17. Then they brought it back from 2018 to 21, but they left it out last year. So is this going to be another 2 years in a row without a holiday porter? Or are they going to bring it back? I really don't know. And the past few years, they filled out the other spots generally with some kind of an IPA. In 2021, it was Reunion IPA. In last year, it was Cold IPA. So my guess is they're going to throw another IPA in there. And then also, the past few years, they've brought back White Ale White Christmas, but this time they call it Holiday White Ale. And they had that in there the last 2 years. So, yeah. My guess is Boston Lager, Winter Lager, Fizzy-Wig, maybe Holiday Porter, maybe the Holiday White Ale, and probably an IPA.
Wow. So there'll be 2 of each?
Yeah, that's generally what they do. I doubt they're going to go back to doing 4 of a variety and less varieties. I mean, they only did that in 2012, and they immediately went back
so
in 2013.
Here's what's on the list. Are you ready? The Winter Lager.
Yeah.
Holiday White Ale. Old Fizzy-Wig. Oaked Vanilla Porter.
Oat Vanilla Porter.
Oaked Vanilla Porter.
Yeah, an oat, yeah.
Cold IPA. Boston Lager. That's the list.
Oh, wow. I didn't, the last time I checked, I didn't have this listed yet. Link me.
The SamAdams.com. Yeah, I'll zap the link to you.
Oh no, not the source.
Well, we're gonna have to add a new list to a new column to my spreadsheet right now, live on the air. This is breaking news.
There you go, breaking news.
Now
Wait,
they
you have
also have
the
a Sam's Adam to see and what they have locally.
Because I've checked a few times, and usually I only found listings for last year's again. I've not. Oh my God, you're right. They're still calling it Beers for Cheers. So let's.
Also in this other link, you have to go. Oh, this is their Oktoberfest, the Jacko, like Jack-o'-lantern, Flannel Fest. So that's their fall stuff. Hoppy Lager,
Right.
Oh,
So,
that's some horrible names.
a different click would be the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, last time I looked up the Cheers for Beers, it showed last year's varieties, but this is just came in. All right, so here we go. 2023 we're going to add in. So we got a Boston Lager, a Winter Lager, an Old Fizzywig. So let's get my green highlighter. Damn it.
I hope everybody's playing bingo along with Gators. Is your cart full?
Winter Lager, Old Fizzywig. What else do they have in there? I got the link up. So we got the Winter Lager, we got the Holiday White Ale. Okay, so they're still calling it Holiday White Ale. So that's a third year in the row for this rebranded Holiday White Ale. That is cool. Old Fizzywig, of course. All right, an oaked vanilla port. I'm excited about this. You know what? This is the first time in a long time I've been excited about a new entry, because lately they've just been putting in boring things. Oaked vanilla porter. That sounds awesome. I am really looking forward to this oaked vanilla porter. That is going to be, and I guess that's taking the place of the holiday porter. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add an entry. We're going to add a column in here. We're going to empty the highlighting in there. And all right, so that's going to be oaked vanilla porter. And that is getting a green bar for 2023. And then also following my prediction.
You wish, Brian.
And
hey,
cold.
You got to promote it, right?
Now, here's the weird thing. The weird thing is that they usually don't do the same IPA 2 years in a row. I mean, they did Hop Flake White IPA in 2016, never repeated that. They did American IPA in 2020, never repeated that. Reunion IPA 2021, never repeated that. Cold IPA is seeing a return this year. I would have not predicted that.
It's possible that was wildly popular.
They finally,
if it's popular, bring it back.
Now, I will say what was really lame was 2018 to 2020. They included Sam 76 in the pack, which is another like standard alongside a Boston Lager.
Sure.
So that was too wasted. That was a wasted variety those years, but still not as bad. The worst year by far was 2012. No, not 2012, 2014. But there we go. This is going to be a good year. It's got your old standards. Now, sure, I'm a little bummed about the holiday porter not coming back, but at least this time they put a different porter in place, because last year they had black lager, which is a dark beer, but a lager ain't a porter, you know? So, yeah, this is going to be a good pack.
Okay.
I'm glad I brought this topic up. Are the chat as excited about this as I am?
Oh, the chat's going so fast I can't read it. It's flying, Gators. It's just flying.
Is it really? Or are you being sarcastic?
I'm being sarcastic. I said they should come out with a black stout like Guinness and call it Black Christmas, but
nice.
I am in favor of that. I would try that. I would absolutely. So there we go.
Sam Adams would come out with a black stout, but
see, this is why Brian stares at his phone throughout the show, because he goes out there, he finds the detail. Mind you, I checked this a week ago. I don't think this was on their site a week ago. I didn't even think to.
Very possible.
I just spontaneously decided to bring it up today.
I'm surprised that they didn't wait until after Halloween, but I
guess
close enough.
Nothing's waiting until after Halloween.
You go into like Walmart or even Home Depot, they're getting rid of their Halloween stuff and stuffing in the Christmas stuff.
Yeah. Because I actually
Thanksgiving is no longer a holiday.
Because I actually walked by the beer aisle in my local store last time I walked in there, because usually they get in the Sam Adams varieties, and they still have the fall variety with Oktoberfest and
isn't
pumpkin.
It still too early?
That's what I thought, but you never know when it's going to drop, because things drop early all the time. You know, I really don't know when the date is. I mean,
what gets me is in some years, you know, pumpkin spice will come out in late August, and by the time Halloween comes around, it's gone. Christ, you guys didn't set up enough.
Dune just
shit is wildly popular.
Dune tweeted a screen cap of my spreadsheet being up with
Nice.
with the tweet.
Nice.
Some peeps chart sports. Johnny Gators charts Sam Adams beer winter pack brews.
Did he put that on Twitter?
He did put that on Twitter, and he included Sam Adams' account on it.
So, nice. I was thinking that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Maybe get some free Sam Adams out of it.
Yeah, that'd be nice if they. Well, remember, I actually got in a bit of a Twitter battle with them. What year was that? That was the year that they dropped the chocolate Bach.
Oh no!
That was the year I discovered craft beers, real craft beers, because they, because remember that show they dropped the chocolate Bach, and I complained on Twitter about it, and it turned out that Sam Adams offers a 12-pack and 24-pack version of the holiday pack. And that year, they included chocolate Bach in the 24-pack, but they left it out of the 12-pack. And so when I tweeted at them, "Where's the chocolate Bach?" they tweeted back and said, "We included it in the 24-pack." No one in my area carries. I have never seen a Sam Adams 24-pack in any.
You need a bigger party, right?
I think that's more like the big box type of thing. So remember, we actually did this on the show. We called Costco, and that's when we called Bevmo.
Yeah, I was to say, when Bevmo had it, you would think they would have a 24-pack, right?
No, because we got them on. You were here for that show.
Yeah,
we got them on the phone and asked them about it, and he said, "No, we don't have it." And I questioned, "Well, how come you don't have it? Well, could you order it?" And he said, "Well, we have to order them by the pallet, and whoever's doing the ordering has to be convinced that they could sell out a pallet." And I said to the guy, "Well, me and my friends can drink a lot of beer." And
like, I can drink a pallet on my own. What are you talking about?
Bring it on. Bring on the pallet. Yeah, we'll just back the truck right up. And
you put it in the basement and you plug in your air conditioner to keep it cool.
There you go. And it was one of those things that I really called him to ask the question, see if they could get it. But it was really for the show because I knew they didn't have it and I knew they probably weren't going to get it. And it just spontaneously came to me before I wrap up the call. I ought to try to do something productive here. And so that's when I asked the question, well, if someone wanted chocolate Bach and they can't get it, do you sell something like it? What could you sell me? Like, the internet is listening, sell us something. And that's when he told us about the Sam Smith organic chocolate stout. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds awesome. And he took the time to take my question and answer it.
I remember that, yeah.
So I went into the Bevmo and I bought it. And let me tell you, I still buy the chocolate Bach every year. It's more of a tradition and nostalgia thing, really. Because let me tell you, Sam Smith Organic Chocolate Stout, 1,000,000 times better than the Sam Adams Chocolate Bach. Well, there goes the sponsorship.
Whoa, Sam Smith, we can double sponsorship it. It's fine. Sam Smith, you can sponsor us too.
That's right.
Dude Right said, "Oh, great. I'm blocked now, I bet." Well, no. Me and Sam Adams ended on as friends. I complained. They wrote back into the 24
It's actually good that Dune tweeted it rather than you.
Oh, but they've long. You think the same dude's running this Twitter account as those years ago?
You hope.
Probably. unless you were blocked at that time.
I wasn't. Only few people have blocked me. Dick Carruthers, the Residents blocked me for a while after I tweeted a picture of myself giving their album cover the finger. I got well, it's because I couldn't get tickets to their movie. They weren't selling tickets online, and they said, "Well, go to the theater and see if they have any, left over." I'm like, I'm not taking a train all the way into San Francisco to this movie theater because maybe there's a ticket. Like, dude, tell me if there's a ticket or not. Like, they promote this movie, it's coming. The movie's coming, it's coming. Here's a link, it's sold out. I'm like, dude, really? Really? You got me hyped up for this thing. It sells out within 5 minutes. You can't. I was pissed about that. Like, you got me all worked up over something you can't sell me.
You know, cracked
Who
me
does
up?
that?
You know what cracked me up?
Yeah.
I got this email from this entertainment outfit, on Saturday
Mhm.
for this event in Riverside, California for this festival.
Nowhere near you.
Okay, yeah, it's an hour drive away, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, the day was half over already. So it was a Saturday and Sunday show. Like, why are you telling me about this now?
It's like the one time when I went to buy tickets for a movie, and I set the date, I set the time, I go to pick my seats. At some point, a page refreshed in the process, and it reset the date to the same day instead of the next day.
Oh no!
Ouch!
And it was like 3 minutes before the movie starts, so it's not like we could change our plans and go, because like, you know, I hit buy, they took my money, and then they rolled film. And so then I went back and I complained, this was a mistake. I meant to buy tickets for tomorrow, not today. Could you fix it? And they said, well, we have a strict policy to not refund tickets once the movie starts.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I paid via PayPal.
Oh.
Yeah.
PayPal will give you a refund if you try to return diapers with shit in them. I mean, that's
That's right.
Who does that?
That was a shitty deal.
I
make
ripped that
things-
off.
Make this funnier, looking at this promotion for this festival, there was no actual location listed on it. So you have to look up the website, which it wasn't a clickable link on it. I had to, type it in. Like, what's wrong with having a link in your thing? This
Yeah.
is an email. Links are possible. I go into the website and look all through it, and there is this one address. It's a street address. And then you look at Google Maps. Is that a freaking office? And then when you look at the reviews and the pictures and stuff like that, yes, they run it out of an office on the street. It's
Oh, neat.
not at the river. There's a river that goes right by there, and it's not there.
Oh.
Huh.
Riverside Festival is not at the Riverside.
No,
What the fuck is wrong with this picture?
Well,
And there's a park there, a city park. Like, why wasn't it there?
Well, speaking of
So
challenges,
it's a street party, basically. And you go, and then you look at the reviews that people post on it on Google Maps, and like, yeah, a lot of people gave it 1 star because it was lousy. There were more cops there than people. It's like, I don't think so. Shoot.
anyways, well, speaking of bad advertising online or bad sales listings or confusion and difficulty in buying things online, we got to get back to this whole Christmas thing, because we talked a bit about the meal, but
Can we have Thanksgiving first?
No.
well, someone else is hosting Thanksgiving.
Canada already had their Thanksgiving.
Let me tell
Brian.
you, Brian, I cannot wait until
Canada, yeah.
I am hosting this thing.
Where
I
you're looking
can't-
for wood.
Brian, if I wait till after Thanksgiving to start planning the hosting of Christmas, I'm going to be scrambling at the last minute. I need to be planning now.
But at least you have to get past Halloween.
No, well, here's the thing, Brian, I don't have a dining room table.
Well, like I said on Dune Show, this is what you need to do. Put a big tablecloth in the middle of the floor, get a bunch of pillows. Say, okay, guys, this is what we're doing.
You like this idea, Brian?
Here's what you do, okay?
Okay, okay.
You go to Target or Walmart and get some folding tables. You figure out what size you need. And you figure, okay, so I need how many people are going to be there? I'll get some cheap chairs to go with that.
I got 2 Tharco folding chairs in the basement.
Awesome. Yeah. So I mean that's the gist. You figure out and go to Walmart or whatever, or you could go one of those rental places, but that would suck.
No, I've been shopping for dining room table and chair sets on Facebook Marketplace, and I found a really good one. The only problem is the guy's a total flake and not responding.
Yeah,
but
you gotta move on. Yeah.
Well, I found other ones that would work, but I don't like them as much as the one that the dude responded. Because here's the thing, the general first reach out with online things, I think the normal question to ask is, hey, is this still available? For some reason, people are starting to get triggered by that phrase.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Go get fucked. That's the opening line, you know?
Like on Craigslist, when I post something, I said, by the way, don't bother to ask if it's still here, because if it's not here anymore, this ad goes away.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Why do you need it anymore? Take it down.
Brian, I get you're going to take it down, but do you have it up on your phone while the person's on their way there? Is it there's a window of time between it not being available and you getting it down. That window of time may be 10 seconds, it might be 30 seconds.
Yeah, but my address isn't on the listing. That would be stupid.
No, but if someone reaches out to you asking, is it still available? It's a fair question.
Well, then also ask the question and give your fucking phone number. I'll also say that. Sure, ask the question. I don't care. This site is going to go down as soon as it's gone, number one. And
wait, you're talking about Craigslist.
Don't ask any other stupid question.
You're talking about Craigslist.
No, they're all the same.
No, Facebook Marketplace isn't the same because it uses Facebook Messenger. Why do you need to get on the phone when you could just talk through the Messenger app?
Oh.
Well, that's new school. I'm old school.
I see. So you're saying some people expect a phone number, and if you try to just carry on the dialogue in the Messenger app, they think that you're the one that's being slow.
Well, it could be texted. You know what? I think Facebook Messenger sucks.
But it works.
Rarely use it.
It works good enough to work out the details of here's my address, here's my availability.
You get through on fucking Facebook. There's no monitoring or anything like that.
But that's where the listing is. You're already on their site. That's where the messages are coming in from.
I thought we were on Twitter. We were on Twitter.
I'm talking about the Facebook Marketplace. If you're selling something on Facebook Marketplace, you've already listed it there. The initial inquiry is already coming in through that Messenger app, which is a chat window. There's no reason to give a phone number out.
Yeah.
Again, I don't give up the phone
also,
number.
this dude says, give me your phone number.
Also, this dude's profile picture is my age or younger, so I don't think he's like I don't think he's in the same demographic as you as far as app expectations. No offense. I find this fascinating that your mindset. In fact, I'm not pulling at this thread to give you a hard time. I'm pulling at this thread to get you to talk more about it, understand it. So that's your mindset.
And actually, to be
your
honest,
mindset is get on the phone. Why are you still talking to me through this app? Is that interesting?
Well, don't forget. It's been a dozen years since I've sold anything.
Okay. All right, so it's changed a lot since you last sold.
Can I just do like an Instagram video message and have it sent to your Insta Messenger? Would that work?
But anyways, yeah, still
the same outfit, so probably.
I reached out to this guy on Friday, and he saw the message. He didn't reply. I sent a follow-up message on Saturday and said, hey, just want to follow up, see if it's still available. And he wrote back, it is. So then I wrote back, oh, okay, well, when's your availability so I could look at it? No response. And then I sent like 2 more follow-up responses since then. Still no response.
That's when you just show up at his address and say, hi, I'm here for the table.
He's not listed his address. I'd have to stalk to find it.
And your problem is?
So
I'm not creepy.
So you just go to him flat out. Where do you live? I'm gonna come and pick it up.
Well, that's creepy. There's no way he's gonna give me his address if I say that.
It's like, hi, I have an unmarked white van. Can you tell me your address so I can come visit you?
It's a beautiful table.
By the way, I have some candy for your children.
It's a beautiful table. It folds down so that when we're not using it, it takes up less space. It folds up. It takes a leaf. It's got heating pads.
Wait. You said heating pads? Is your table heated?
No, I meant hot pads. Like basically, it's like a pad that covers the entire table so that you don't have to put pot holders underneath.
That's so the kitties have somewhere to sleep.
No.
Yay.
No, it's not electric. It does actually. It protects the table from heat.
Yeah, and the
Right.
cats aren't going to sleep on that.
Kind of like a soft trivet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and you put the tablecloth over it so it's softer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then you just put your dishes down without having to worry about heat or anything.
We've had that. We still freaking use trivets.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but we were like, oh yeah, trivet, and I think it's just standard procedure.
Maybe it just looks nice.
And they look
have a
nicer
trivet.
too. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's part of it too. Yeah.
It gives a visual clue that dish is hot. It's sitting on a trivet. So yeah, still no answer from the. Now I did not send another follow up today because I sent 2 follow ups yesterday, which I felt bad about sending 2 follow ups in the same day. And the second one I kind of left it like, look it, I'm gonna try one more time. Are you still interested in selling this or not? And but the thing is that the dude hasn't even seen those messages yet. Although I don't know if I believe that, because sometimes Facebook shows you an indication that they haven't seen the message, and then you send another message and they reply right away. So I think, like, because I know you can send a message and it'll put an alert on the phone, but an alert on the phone doesn't count as opening up the app and seeing it in the app. So
yeah, and that's how I get people gators. People send me messages that I don't want to respond to, and I just know I see them in my notifications and say that's nice, and I just swipe them away. And it's like I read it, but it says I didn't. It looks like I hadn't seen it yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So he may have seen them, but he hasn't gone back into the app since to pull it up. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I need to send another follow up, but I might try again later this week one more time, because like I said, the moving on to other tables I could do, but the other tables that are available at the moment just are not as nice as that table. And no, his pick is not a cheeseburger.
Oh.
I don't know what you saw, but his profile pic is of him and a missus out in the wilderness location where they probably went for a hike.
Wait, why the? Oh, never mind. That's our profile picture. Forget that.
Right, that's his own profile pic.
I was like, why is he taking a picture of the forest when he's still at the table?
Dude likes the outdoors. That's all I know about the dude. He likes Team Coco. We have that in common.
All right.
Okay.
He wants me to bring it back up. Oh, gee. I closed it by accident. I wanted to keep it open too. So now I got to go find it again. I can always.
You could send him a message. Say, do you like King Crimson too? You know they have a new box set with Atmos in it.
Now, I think what happened was I scrolled down and showed other listings. Maybe it showed something with a cheeseburger, but it didn't. Oh, maybe there was a cheeseburger in one of the pictures. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything burger related. Now the picture of the chat, that when you open up a chat for a marketplace item, it sets the profile picture of the chat to the default picture of the item. And the picture of the item is the table with a shadow under it, which one could interpret as a hamburger bun. So that's what it is.
So no cheese.
Let me share again. Now I see what Dune was seeing. And that was not quite
either that or dude's just hungry.
You see, basically this picture front and center is the table. Down the bottom right corner where the chat is that same picture in a circle. But if you kind of, look at it out of the corner of your eye, you can see where the table looks kind of like a hamburger bun, like we're looking at a burger. So, no. It would have been cool if it was a burger. But
yes, like I'm selling the table, but here's a picture of my cheeseburger instead.
Well, because if it was a burger, then we know who has the table.
The hamburger?
The dude, the talking cheeseburger. Remember the talking cheeseburger?
Oh, Mayor McCheese?
Mayor McCheese, that's the one.
Yeah, I had to remember my McDonald's.
A tasty burger.
Tasty burger. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Oh, we seem to have lost Brian.
Where'd Brian go? Did Brian get taken away?
I don't know.
Oh.
He probably had to go pee.
I thought he did that at 7.
I don't know.
Oh, so you don't have a table yet, and you might not get this table.
I don't have a table yet, and well, I'm not going to get this table if the dude continues to ignore me. And at this point, he might. At what point do you become weird for continuing to reach out?
Gators, have you priced out picnic tables?
No, I'm not going to do that.
I think about getting a picnic table for my kitchen.
Nah.
No, you don't think I should?
Oh, I guess if you want to, you could.
I was thinking about getting a bench, put it against the wall, and then get like a half-size picnic table, put it in here. There you go.
There you
that
go.
Works. That works
for you. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than my desk, which I just eat at. I've had 2 or 3 people try to eat around the desk. Yeah. It doesn't work.
Now, I did manage to do a lot of tidying up stuff out of the dining room, and I finished recording in the last of the current batch of VHS-C tapes that my aunt gave me. So I'm at a point now where I know there's more tapes coming at some point, but for now I can disassemble that computer and the VCRs and put them on shelves. And I put up a new set of shelves in the basement so that stuff that's important that I don't want to lose in the mess of stuff on the floors.
Now, are they like floating? Are they wall shelves, or are they like just like Billy book shelves?
They're like those really cheap utility metal shelves that has made of the real thin metal that kind of bends easily.
Oh, they're the thin metal ones. They have some thick metal ones that are pretty nice.
No, these are the type of things that are the cheapest thing you can get to set up in the basement, and the whole things. It's just that when you're putting them together, everything is flexible and bending until you get all the braces in place.
No, the cheap ones, the cheap one gators are the ones that are like the metal rods you stick against the wall, and they have all those little holes in it, and you put those little things that you stick those things on each side of it, and you put the board across it. Those are the cheapest shelves in the world.
Well, I'm thinking of buying some more shelves for my basement and starting to try to, declutter or organize the clutter into boxes so that it'd be easier to pack up that basement someday.
Just make sure things are 3 to 5 inches off the floor.
But that's my New Year's resolution for next year. And speaking of next year, so Brian, what are you doing for New Year's Eve?
Wait a minute, we haven't had Halloween yet.
I just said that to piss you off.
It's only 4 months
We're
away.
actually going to go to Oak Island to find some wood.
You just said that to piss me off.
and pick up a cheeseburger.
There you go.
Wow. Do they have a good cheeseburger place on Oak Island?
No, there aren't any businesses there. Other than the tour.
There's one business.
Now, see, guess what? This is where they're making. This is making their mistake. They could sell cheeseburger with oakwood bacon on it, right there.
Oakwood bacon.
Oakwood bacon. Dude, they are losing out so much on franchising right there.
You know what the trouble with Oak Island is?
It's a big hole.
It's a bit
there
remote.
aren't any oak trees anymore.
Oh.
Are they in the hole?
These other trees are not oaks.
No, they need to plant new oak trees then.
Yeah. So you can make bacon out of them.
And then they could serve it with the oak.
They have to actually make money there. Make money on the tours and actually find something.
Add places to eat, and you'll get more tourism. Did you ever play
I don't think that the tour building has a snack bar. But yeah, that's
how are you supposed to eat on the island where there's nowhere to eat?
Well, there's a causeway to the island.
Oh, so Velvet Seven's going to
the little town right by the island, and then you go on to the island.
Okay.
Take your tour, go home. Although the tour was closed, at least for the 23. It's probably been closed for a couple of years.
Brian, you know what game is really good? Have you ever played Monkey Island? You got to play the Monkey Island games. Those are great. Gators, you know about those games.
Oh yeah, they're like a
Monkey Island. Did you see they have they remastered them.
Yeah,
on Steam. Yeah.
Interesting.
So we watching Velvet 7. Oh. Velvet 7 is at TwitchCon Vegas this year.
Cool.
Oh, it's available on Switch.
Monkey Island?
360.
Yeah. It's an adventure. It's a
and a PS5 and a PC.
Yeah. Adventure Monkey Island's out for everything. It's a great series. It's funny.
It's not like some of these are proprietary for one platform. Well, come on, man. It's a friend of mine to have this on a PS2, but I don't have a PS2.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy another console.
Oh. I saw a commercial for the PS9 that's coming out in 2079.
PS9 already?
Yeah, in 2079.
We haven't even had Christmas yet. Except I should have said Halloween, but
Halloween. You're still waiting.
Blew the joke.
You're still like, no, we haven't had Halloween yet.
Brian just wants candy. I understand.
No, well, yeah, no, but I already know I'm not hosting Thanksgiving. We always do Thanksgiving.
There's a Curse of Monkey Island.
Yeah, that one's good too.
You know, I actually don't know where I'm going for Thanksgiving this year because my aunt hasn't confirmed that she's hosting or not.
Maybe you'll get a random email asking for someone to come visit.
Well, I spoke to my aunt that normally hosts at the lake house at my my sister's wedding shower, and she asked me, "Are you interested in coming for Thanksgiving this year?" And I'm like, thinking to myself, why would you even ask that? That's a stupid question. I'm like, yeah, of course. That is like my first choice for where Thanksgiving should be, is at the lake. That's such a long-standing tradition that I absolutely love having Thanksgiving at the lake house.
Well, this cracks me up.
Yeah.
So I'm looking up the Monkey Island game, right? And I select the Xbox One platform.
Okay.
Super Monkey Ball.
Yes, it's Super. I love Super Monkey Ball. That was a great game.
Yeah,
that was a great game.
It's like it's like the game where
I need to consult with you about games because I don't know jack shit, man.
Well, you know what Super Monkey Ball is like? It's those games where you have to rotate the platform that the marble is rolling on.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Hungry Hippo.
No, not hungry. That's gathering up marbles with a scooping mouth.
By the way, the secret to that game is you see the commercials where they're like pounding on it like that, right? To get all the balls.
Yeah.
No, the secret is you go slowly because everybody's pushing their ball towards you, and then you just eat them up. That's the secret of the game. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, Brian. It's one of the Gators is talking about one of those big wood boxes that had the holes in it, and it's like a maze. And you put your ball in one end, and you kind of have the two levers. And it tilts each side, left and right. You have to get through the maze. Have you ever played that?
No.
Oh,
okay. Well,
that's classic.
Well, that's a type of toy that exists where you move the marble by moving this your controls move the surface that the marble is on to make it roll and control what direction it rolls to try to get it to its destination. And that's how Super Monkey Ball works. You got like a little monkey character that's inside of a ball, and your controls move the land left and right or forward or backward to make the ball roll forward or backwards or to the left or to the right, and try to get it to the goal without falling off the edge or falling into a hole.
So
that's the gameplay.
So get one thing. I want to see Brian either play Super Monkey Ball, or I would love to see Brian try to play Katamari.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
What'd you find, a conference table?
Those are huge.
Wow.
What?
I think he's talking about the really big tables. I hear.
It's very big tables. 2 of them.
Wow.
Bursting out of the tablecloth.
Did they have the pads on the trivets?
They're June sent me a link to a Twitch streamer.
Are they Triple H tables?
June sent me a link to a Twitch streamer, and there's no way that's natural. There's just no way. There's just.
Are you trying to say those tables could kill a man?
Oh yeah, they could suffocate a man.
That's some table.
You could get lost in those tables. Have to find someone to ask for directions to get out.
Bring your GPS. Is there cell signal in there?
Yeah. No, I do. I feel so dirty right now talking like this I'm talking about tables. I don't know. But
But I mean, if by some chance of nature that is natural, then my apologies. But I'm pretty sure that's artificial, and there's nothing wrong with that. But wow, that's a lot to carry around.
Yeah. Do you need some metal bracing to help keep the tables up?
Yeah, you might. These tables might be difficult to transport from location to location. Some bracing may help to save your back, so as to not break your back over moving tables that are too heavy.
Would dune scaffolding help with this?
Oh, always.
Always.
I think Dune's building some scaffolding as we speak. But
I don't want to know.
Sparky wants to know what did he miss. Ask Dune, he'll show you.
Yes, Dune has pictures of tables.
No, he's got a live stream of tables, is what he has.
Oh God.
Yeah, that is impressive. I thought this was a recommendation for a raid. We don't usually raid gaming channels though, so I don't know, but I also, out of curiosity, wanted to find out more about this oaked vanilla porter that Sam Adams make. Now, Sam Adams does not have a dedicated page about the oaked vanilla porter yet. But Untapped and Beer Advocate already have these beers listed on their page, and these are pages where you could go and review beers that you've tried and rate them, so you can see what other people rate them. People have been rating these beers, which means that people are drinking them. I'm pulling these up. There are pictures of. Oh, wait a minute. This can seems to have a 2019 year on it. Oh my! So Oaked Vanilla Porter is something Sam Adams made in 2018, according to this page. So I mean, this is new for this winter pack, but it seems there might be some kind of a history of this beer. It gets good reviews though. So, but people have drank this beer. A lot of the pictures I see look like they're taken from a tap room somewhere. So maybe if you go to the Sam Adams Brewery tour and go to their tap room, they
have
might
you been there
have
yet?
it on. I have not been there yet. No.
Is it in Boston?
Yeah.
You're close. You're not that far.
You always put off doing the touristy things in your hometown because you could do them anytime, and then you end up never doing them, you know?
Oh, the only reason I did all the touristy things is because our family would do touristy things for others, and then I'd be there, so I'd end up doing them.
But no, people have been drinking this beer. Now let me take a look on the listing on Beer Advocate shows that it was added on 2018, and looks like it was last rated 2022. But I don't see any comments, just people voting on it. So I'm not sure the full story there. The ratings, the Untapped site, let me see if people put dates on these. Oh, no, people that are rating this on Untapped have rated it recently, like October 13th, September
so it's
29th.
out. They're ready.
Yeah, but most of these people are also showing pictures of beer glasses at a tap house. No one's showing pictures of a bottle at their home. So it's right now, I think it's available if you go to the Sam Adams Brewery. They're getting it ready to ship, I guess, but they have batches of it on tap there. I might have to find an excuse to do the brewery tour one of these weekends.
So if you do the brewery tour, are we gonna get into this another train Twitch video?
I hope not.
I just wondered.
I don't. The problem with those streams are that those are the streams that my siblings end up watching.
That's not good.
Yeah.
They're gonna bring the home movies at Christmas. Hey, guess what we recorded, you guys?
Yeah.
No.
I think I got more dirt on them than they got on me, though. But anyways.
Those are hardware laptops.
Those are yeah. Anyways, yeah. Well, anyway, so Brian, you have any advice for my first time hosting Christmas dinner? And I didn't even tell the rest of the story. Unless you have some advice before I tell the rest of the story.
I really can't because I can't think of when I've ever done it. I'd always be going to my folks.
Oh, you never had your folks over for Christmas?
No.
For a significant meal of some sort?
We have had some friends over for Thanksgiving, but that's it.
Dude recommends having a bowl of gummies in the middle of the table for everyone to try.
Yeah, he suggested I put out a bowl of edibles.
You do presents for Christmas.
Right. Well, here's the thing.
Although you act like Sheldon Cooper and you go, well, I'm going to say no presents and I'm going to give one and embarrass that person.
Well, Kristen's parents during this past year said, "Oh, by the way, we've decided that we're not doing presents for Christmas anymore. If you need something, let us know. Like if there's some big thing you need for the house, whatever, let us know. We can certainly, but we're not doing the shopping on Amazon and that stuff. It just don't, no more of this. We don't need that any." So
it was funny. We got together one time. This was several years ago. Let's cut out the Christmas gifts and stuff. But my dad insisted, well, just one little thing. Well, that ruins it. I mean, either you do or you don't. Don't go this. Why can't you just get along with everybody else? They don't want to do it.
Sparky writes in, does Johnny get many trick-or-treaters at his house? We get like one or two. Well, here's the thing. I like the premise of Christmas gifts. It's part of the holiday season and the festivities and all that. I don't necessarily think it should be required or, commercialized, but it's nice. But the thing is that, yeah, it is a challenge, and sometimes...
So you're using my dad's excuse.
Well, here's the thing. I used to always do it. I would ship presents back, and it was a pain to find them, but I enjoyed it doing it. But then my siblings were like, "Oh God, we got to send him something now." So my siblings
That's
actually
the Sheldon obligation.
My siblings ordered me to stop buying them gifts. They're like, "We're not doing gifts for each other anymore. No more."
If I get a gift, I'm going to throw it in the trash.
Right. Now, Sparky goes, we talk about extended family members. No, I'm talking about my brother, my sisters. We stopped doing gifts among ourselves. Although now that there's like nieces and nephews and in the family, there's kids to buy gifts for. And when we have Christmas at my dad's house, it's, a ton of kids with the presents to watch. So, no big deal. But then Kristen's parents said, "Oh, we're not doing the gift thing anymore. Don't bother getting us anything. But if you need something, let us know. But we're not going to do like the Amazon Christmas gift.
That's
thing."
The old foot in the door. Problem.
Right. So
it's either yes or no.
But basically, they're not doing the wish list buying gifts on Amazon anymore. But if there's something we need for the house that would help out, that would work for a Christmas gift, feel free to.
Were you guys actually sharing?
Which I'm not going
on
to.
Amazon?
Oh yeah.
You can tell them you need a dining room table for for Christmas.
That's because you're old.
That's right. I'm old.
Gators, you can say.
Although I have a shitload of stuff on my wish list because, this is something I had. This is another object of similar to what I have.
13, that's so
I don't
young.
really need any of this stuff. It's just a list of stuff that I've looked at.
So here's where
Amazon keeps suggesting, "Hey, you gonna buy it? We got a special deal." No, I'm actually never gonna buy it.
So this no gift thing is gonna make it a little weird, but maybe it won't be that weird. But it'll be interesting because here's what happened. Now, Brian, growing up, here's to me what the normal Christmas thing is. If you're going someplace else for Christmas, the normal routine would be you wake up, you might have a little breakfast, you have your little morning routine, you open up presents, you do your own family Christmas with your family in the morning, and at some point you gather your things together, you get your coat on, you get out to the car, and you drive to the grandparent or whoever's hosting this thing, and you show up maybe close to noon or early afternoon. You know, basically, when you go to the house that's hosting Christmas dinner, you don't go there first thing in the morning. You go there later in the day after you did your morning routine. That's normal, right?
Yeah, that's
well,
what our
I
family
mean,
does.
everybody has their own routine, but it
Around
can be
noon. Yeah.
But now, is that your routine, or was your routine a little different from that?
Well, of course, my folks were living 5 hours away.
Ah,
So
see,
you
that's where
go
it gets
there.
different.
Now, we stayed at a hotel. We're not staying at their place. We did a few times, but
But if you stayed at a hotel, then you probably would go there earlier.
not
because
necessarily. We'd go off and have breakfast, and then show up at their house.
which is, a little earlier than noon.
Not for us.
Oh, you sleep in, yeah.
At my sister's, my niece now has her my oldest niece has a family, and they usually go in around noon, about noon or 1 o'clock, because they have a small child, and they do their Christmas in the morning, and he wants to take time to open presents.
Right.
And after that, he goes over to grandma's, my sister's, and then he spends the rest of the day opening up a couple of grandma's presents and family presents,
Right.
Another thing you could try, Gators, if the family doesn't want to open presents for everybody, you could we do the white elephant thing. Everybody brings like something for $20. They pop it in a thing, and they do the grab a number and trading and things like you can do something like that. Yeah.
We got time to think. Well, here, let me just say how this unfolded. So, like I said, about 0.3 of a second after Kristen asked her parents, say, how about we host Christmas? They said yes immediately and got all excited about it. But the thing is that they thought that meant, and Kristen also thought they meant, which just shows the difference in family dynamics. Because immediately Kristen's mom was like, "Oh, we'll get there early. We'll bring the stockings," and then Kristen's like, "Oh," and Kristen starts making breakfast plans. We'll steam some buns. I'll get a bigger steamer so I can steam some nice. And so when Kristen tells me, like, I've been thinking about ideas for breakfast, I'm like, breakfast? Yeah, when they come, serve them some, steamed buns for breakfast. I'm like, we're serving them dinner.
How far away are they?
About an hour.
Okay.
45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
okay. Not far. But so
I
thought
part of our routine also was we're getting there the day before.
Right.
Because on Christmas Eve they would go to this party of a friend of my dad's. And they would have the TV on and start off with episodes of the Three Stooges, followed by some big Bob Hope show, because the guy was totally into that. And he'd have his little speech, and there was alcohol, and this guy had a nice little bar, but he didn't drink. And although some of the people did, I would always have a drink. My mom would always have a drink. My dad quit drinking after he got the gout.
The gout.
Oh no.
And it was, and then my dad would disappear, and then he'd come back in a Santa Claus suit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that was fun. That's the Christmas Eve thing. And then it's leisurely after breakfast, show up at the house. We can exchange presents. Sometimes a cousin would show up, and they would have some presents. We never got anything for the cousins because I don't really give a crap. They were nice people, but
so the point is that this is what they thought hosting Christmas meant, was it's an all day affair. We'll get there early, and so I can't shut this down at this point, and I'm still excited about it.
See, you're out of you let it get out of control. That's the problem.
I didn't
control.
Well, this is one of those. Sometimes in a marriage, you don't realize there are things that are different between different families, and you don't know to ask until it suddenly happens, and it's like, oh dear.
Well, it's still early enough. You can kind of twist that trajectory.
I tried.
So the asteroid misses the Earth.
If
you delay that, bam, we're all dead.
Well, no, look I have accepted my fate. This is happening.
Yeah.
Oh man, you are
the asteroid is on course.
Loser.
The asteroid is on course to hit early AM December 25th. It is happening. Because when she said that, I said, "What do you mean steaming buns for breakfast? I'm gonna be frantically
putting together stuffing and shoving a bunch of bread up a turkey's ass. We don't got time to make breakfast. We're making dinner, man. Like breakfast is like a bowl of cornflakes while I'm stuffing the turkey.
In your tradition, what time is the dinner?
Early afternoon.
3 o'clock ish. I
Maybe
mean, obviously
2,
you've got
3. I don't know. I don't know.
How much time you're going to have the thing in the oven?
I mean, that's the thing. Is I got to plot out. I got to plot out. How, because they say so many pounds per person. So I'll figure out how big of a turkey to buy, what's available there, and then that's going to tell me the cooking time. So that's going to tell me when I need to start, when it'll be ready for, and then I got to plot out all the other dishes.
So this would also
this involves.
Time.
This is going to take a spreadsheet.
And this is a shitty time to experiment with a turducken.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to.
Isn't turducken something for Thanksgiving, not for Christmas?
Well, turducken is certainly not an opening move. You don't start with a turducken. That's like your 4th or 5th time hosting. You got everything down. Let's throw another wrench into this. You don't serve a turducken on your first rodeo. But anyway, so once Kristen said this, and I tried to shut it down, like, no, that's not how this is. This is gonna be too much. We can't. And she's like, oh, they're all excited. She's bringing the stockings, and then that's when we compared notes. It's like, oh, you did that, because I said, look when we go to your parents' house on the every other year that we've gone there. We do our morning routine. We get in the car. We get there. We get there like 10, 11. And she goes, yeah, and I always feel like we're going late. And I'm like,
incidentally, this party we would go to every year, they would have this table in his smallest dining room you ever did see.
Yeah.
Where they had the trays from Costco, the aluminum trays with this, that, and the other thing. And then there's a salad bowl and all this. So you make it's essentially like a buffet.
Right.
And I don't have a problem with Costco food.
So to change the topic quickly, $10 million in your right now in your hand, but there's a catch.
What's the catch?
A snail is chasing you for the rest of your life, and if it touches you, you die a terrible death. The snail cannot be killed. It knows your location at all times. Its only purpose is to find you. Are you?
Am I allowed to have a bunch of salt with me?
Well, the thing is one of the rules is the snail cannot be killed.
So $10 million by running away the rest of my life.
In other words, you can't kill it.
You can't.
Well, you don't have to run that fast.
It cannot be killed.
Now, does it run fast, or is it a slow moving snail?
I think it's a normal snail, except for it. And now here's the other thing: people have gone in and talked about like the average lifespan of a snail, but if I read the rules, it's chasing you for the rest of your life. That means not only can it not be killed, it is not going to die for the rest of your life.
So can I just shut my door and not let it in the house?
I mean, that's the thing. The snail is avoidable, but it knows your location and its only purpose is to find you. So with normal snail powers, it's going to try. So like you close the door, you open the door, it's there. Like,
now, am I allowed to touch its slime trail? Would it kill me, or just the snail itself?
The snail, if the snail touches you,
not the slime
you
trail.
Not the slime trail. If the snail touches you, you die a terrible death. Now you could like fly to the other side of the planet, but it's gotta work its way over there. And I guess that starts the question of its only purpose is to find you. So maybe a snail could probably get past security into an airport. How long is
it gonna take to get through the airport? Yeah, can you imagine a snail trying to make its way through SFO?
You don't know. You don't know where it is. You don't know how close it is to finding you.
It could be actually hitching a ride on somebody's baggage.
Right. You don't know where it is. It knows where you are.
This is an intelligent snail, right?
You know what?
See, this is an interesting proposition because on the one hand, $10 million is a lot of money, and a snail is easy to avoid. But the fact that it is always and forever trying to catch you, and all it has to do is touch you to die, that's a huge risk hanging over your head the rest of your life.
There's always risks.
You think of it this way.
The question is, do you really want the money?
Well, Brian, you taking the 10 million for the? No, you're passing.
I don't.
I'll take the 10 million because think of it this way: if I knew the snail started out in San Francisco, I would take the money, go to Japan, and live there or somewhere else. And think how long it's going to take a snail to go through SFO Airport. Honestly, it's probably going to take like
You know what? It's going to hop off. It's going to hop off the park and ride or whatever bus it takes, or even the BART. Hitch a ride on somebody's luggage. He's going to be zipping through the airport in no time because he'll pop out a baggage claim and jump on another bag that's going in your direction.
See, well, this is the weird thing because we know that the snail knows your location and its only purpose is to find you, but in all other ways, if it's an average snail, it doesn't have the capability to find the right plane to get on, so it's going to take a bit of luck to cross the right ocean. So
no. But if it knows where you are, it knows how to get there.
But does it know? But it knows how to get there as the crow flies. But it doesn't have the capability to swim across an ocean.
Well, it's not going to. It's going to take a plane.
But how does it know which plane to get on?
Oh, it knows. He knows you're in Japan, right?
But how does he know which plane's going to Japan? That's not part of the rules. That suddenly
he looks at the list. How do you know what plane to get on?
But snails don't read. And the rule doesn't say it's a super snail that has reading power.
It doesn't say that he doesn't have.
Right. So that's what. But if it doesn't say he does, then right now I'm reading the rules, and so I think that it's an ordinary snail.
An air tag to it, dude. Nice.
It's an ordinary.
I'm sorry. An ordinary snail. Number one.
An ordinary snail, except for the specifications. With the exception of the specified rules,
an ordinary snail won't be able to kill you. See, so there's already an exception to the rules.
Right, but those are the only ways it's extraordinary. It kills you when it touches you. It can't be killed. It knows your location at all times. Its only purpose is to find you. That's the bullet points. That's the list. That are the only things that they've listed that this snail is different from any other snail. It doesn't say that it's got intelligence to be able to read. It doesn't say that it just and that's where we get into nitpicking.
Somebody is helping it.
So this is what I'll do.
That's
I'll
how
take
it knows where you are. Someone's helping.
This is my idea. Okay, I'll take a trip to France. If there's a snail in France, someone will end up eating it. It's fine.
It can't be killed. It'll survive and live that.
Yeah, but you know what? If you live through someone eating you and being digested and stuck to the other end, would you want to live?
I think it would make you even more determined to carry out your task.
And then and this is France. Everybody else is going to say, "Oh, extra seasoning," and they'll go after it more and more.
Now, Dune does have a good question. I think that is a typical go-to. Of course, you can't tape an air tag to the snail because if you touch the snail, you die.
If I wore gloves,
you don't want to. No, I don't think it has to touch bare skin. It just has to touch you. I mean, that's a good question. Does it have to touch
the
skin?
poison would transmit through the glove.
Oh,
so you use.
Well, is it poison or is it magic? But
okay.
Is it you see that's the problem with these things as we get into the weeds of the details.
I'm worried about snails now.
But I wouldn't want to get in the same room with this thing to put an air tag on it. The question is could you get a friend to put an air tag on it? And I see no rule that says you can't. Of course, there's no rule that says that the air tag will ever become dislodged. You would have no way of knowing for certain that air tag's still attached to it.
Use high voltage wine gloves. Yes, Sparky. Right there.
Brian's ready for bed.
Yeah.
Sleepy time. What were you starting to say, Brian?
I forgot already.
Oh well. So anyway. Are you? So you're serving breakfast?
No. Kristen's serving breakfast. I'm serving dinner.
Well, I mean, are you gonna be asleep during breakfast then?
No, I'll be preparing dinner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, we got more time. Heck, it hasn't even been Halloween yet, so
Yeah.
we got
Exactly.
time. We got time to work out the details. But it is very much on my mind, and I'm very much starting to get on top of this. So, anyways, this has once again been a fun-filled edition of everyone's favorite internet radio show.
Insert title here.
But we do try to be educational here. So, Brian, what have you learned this week?
I learned that you can tape an air tag to a snail.
Mars, what have you learned this
I'm not
week?
sure what you'd get out of it, but you could do that.
I learned that Gator's bidet has seen a lot of pressure.
Whoa. Whoa.
And
That's a good one.
and I have learned that that Sparky learned nothing because he was busy for most of the stream. And I learned that things can get really big. And
sometimes they need a better brace.
I think they might. Let's see. Sparky Ray said there was dancing involved. Oh, no, that would. I don't know how you keep balance dancing with those. That must have been another channel.
Oh.
Fling you right across the room with the momentum. But I learned I have a dirty, dirty mind, and I need to stop thinking about this right now. So let's, you know what? Dune raided Thug Shells yesterday. Let's raid Thug Shells again today because Thug Shells is awesome and live. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that.
All right.
So we will be back next week, same time, same place, with more table news, more beer news, and more
Christmas news.
Yeah.
Christmas news.
And
New
always
Year's
remember, never mind.
And Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So
And happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween 2024.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you later. Enjoy Thug Shells.
All right.
Night.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Yep.
And someday I'll get my microphone stuff fixed. We'll see.
All right. Good night.